Alright, hello and welcome everyone. Hope you guys are doing good today. It is a Wednesday to feel good about. It's Wednesday to enjoy. My name is Blake, I'm here for the Low Regret channel, and I hope that you guys, whether you're getting off work or having a late night or whatever the thing is, just it's going well for you. Should be going now. Yep, there we go. Perfect. And all the levels look okay, I think. Let's continue race 4. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I don't have audio right now. All my stuff is crossed up. And I didn't realize I needed to change my audio settings because I didn't have audio. Give me one sec. There we go. Sorry about that. Now I can hear. You guys can hear. And I've got that key ready to go, so we're gonna head to Le Mans, Circuit de la Sarthe 2, which is Circuit de la Sarthe with no chicanes, which they might not have told you in high school. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and actually start the race off. We're gonna do a mixed A-Spec, B-Spec thing. It's gonna be 35 laps, so I imagine we're only gonna have to take 2 pit stops. So the goal is do 1 stint and then let the AI do the rest and put it on triple speed and let's just live our lives. I'm gonna have to really endure for this first one though. It's gonna suck. So I think even doing the Nürburgring one, that one was really not fun. Anyways, got my wheel hooked up. Inputs are good. There we go. Oh well, that's life. Alright, here we go. I don't have my shifter hooked up this time around. So it's all just going to be paddles today. Call it what you will, I just think it's a shame. And Fiat's already fallen back into the nether. And it's going to be back there for a while today because we have nothing but straightaway to deal with. And I do feel like getting the wheel was mildly overkill, but it's also the way I prefer to enjoy this game now. You know, to be real, it might be a little bit hard to get 100% if I didn't. Be nice and gentle with them. Go off there for a hot second. That's no good. Actually slower in a straight line than I anticipated. But I know we're faster than these guys, period, so key is just keep the dream alive. If it gets that boring, I may pit early, but I doubt I'm gonna really try and actually just run a full stint this time around. There goes a chop of the air. We're in top gear, and the car's doing a $135, which, given that it has less than 100 horsepower, is impressive. I'm pretty sure that my car wouldn't do this, and it has almost 50% more horsepower. We'll probably do 120. So yeah, this is gonna be just a part of the race where we get to know each other better and all things memoriam. I also turned down the force feedback strength because I had a feeling it was going to be a problem to deal with on the Mulsanne straight. And something tells me I was absolutely right because I'm feeling those micro cues from it. And so if it was really trying to throw the wheel around, I would probably not be having the greatest time right about now. And brake early. Because even though you weren't going that fast, you're going fast enough for it to be a problem. This thing does have a really, really good sense of agility and kind of the mid-speed. But that's really about where the list of compliments ends. At any rate, we're off to a good start. And hopefully we'll be done with this championship soon. I can't remember if it's 4 races or 5 races, but we're going to get through it either damn way. Alright, brake a little early here, just in case. I don't know what the grip level of the car is. Even in third, she still slides. So this is going to be like a 5-minute lap. Because like in a fast car, like a good GT car, you're probably expecting around 4 minutes around here. Like the fastest GT3s, I think, from this year, we're probably in like the 4-minute range. Maybe high 350s. So this is going to be at least 5, if not 5.5 minutes every lap. If you do the math and multiply that, it's gonna mean that we're here for a while. Slow down early again. But this thing is not slow. Like, it'll still take this corner at 90 or whatever. Now, I don't know if I'm on the sports medium tires or not, but realistically, I need to be. Not because we need the performance of the mediums, but because the soft tires, or the hard tires last too long. The soft tires last too long. No, the hard tires last too long. And it really is no fun to drive for that amount of time. But I may have not even thought about it. Or rather, I didn't think about it. And we may just be stuck with what we got. On a track that really isn't going to punch the tires all that much. In a car where we won't need to refuel for the entire race, which is pretty nuts. I should have turned on the wheel display, but realistically we're not missing anything for it. It's all pretty subtle motions. There's no chaos, there's no excitement. We're gonna get on that Mulsanne straight again. It's a 516. And we're just gonna have, you know, plenty of dead time. But I am glad still that I turned down the force feedback strength. This is still plenty of what's it called? Oh. This is still plenty of force feedback for what I need. It's obviously not a ton. Like, if you're wanting something more one-to-one, you would want something stronger than this. But I think that the stronger setting butts up against what this wheel is capable of. And thus makes me worried for the equipment. We've already got a 20-second gap, and we've only done 1 lap so far, so this is boding interestingly. Anyway, I think that gap is going to continue to stretch. I think that I was talking a little bit of crap, a little bit of mess about how fast the car was in a straight line, but in reality, I think it's going to be better off than most of the others. You can look at how far back the Fiat is, still in the Porsche curves at this rate, because they had to go down all this stretch with no brakes, just doing 60 to 70 miles an hour. Look at our silly little Ginetta. Like, I'm just checking all my stuff to make sure it's all healthy right now. I'm surprised this thing is not in need of an oil change yet, because it has 728 miles on the clock, and that's all me. Like, I got this car not brand new, but, you know, with no miles on it. Which is pretty nuts. Slightly better that time through that corner. I could carry more speed. But every time I do a corner, I have another 5 minutes to think about how I'm going to do it. And likely 5 minutes to forget about it by the time I get there again. So here we are. And we're probably going to put that Fiat down before it even completes 2 laps. It's also quite nutty. But when you think about it, we are doing double the speed they are in a straight line. So that does hurt the bottom line. Okay, so that car will take it with an amount of speed. We can stay in 5th there and still be fine. Probably take Indy in 3rd. But the key is to not overslow the thing, and that's what I'm really not doing a great job of. Is I'm getting it slowed down in time, and it does feel very vague on the brakes. Like, I don't know exactly how much brake power I'm going to get. And the answer is not much. I think the main thing is that, like, stability is a bit more granted than I thought it was going to be, but also, like, braking power is not. So I gotta be careful. And the car can still get out of shape on the brakes. It's just less likely to do so than I would expect. Yeah, I do have to employ some interesting handling stuff going through, like, Porsche curves. Like, there's a lot of oversteer happening in here. No, I'm sure it's not really represented in the G meter either. Yeah, it really isn't. Like, the only thing you'll see is, like, a downward spike whenever the car starts gripping up again. That's about it. But this thing can be managed with a lot of opposite lock, which is sort of the way that you are supposed to drive some of these cars. Keyword some. Alright, 5:05. I'm very confident we can get a sub 5-minute lap. But it's going to take some doing. Oh, shoot. Good thing there's no clean race bonus. We are losing more fuel than previous. So fuel might actually be a concern here. He said, is this a custom race? Because damn, 35 laps is quite a bit. No, this is not a custom race. This is one of the European events. It's called 1,000 Miles, and it's a championship that you can do in pretty early on in the game. And I'm pretty early on, this being part 4 of my playthrough. So I don't even have a license yet, but I won this car from, I think it was the Lightweight K-Cup series. So I'm using this now to do 1,000 miles because if you don't pull the AC Cobra, this is actually a really easy event to make a metric buttload of money. Maybe not proportionate amounts of money, because it's only 150,000 for every win. But it's still 150,000 for every win, and I'm less than 3% complete with the game. So that's a staggering amount of money to not be doing the Costa di Amalfi glitch or not. No, that's not even a glitch. That's just an exploit. But to not be, doing that exploit, to not be doing other monetary exploits, and still get this money, and still have resources for late game, and all while completing necessary parts of the game that I have to. Good for me. Do you think time would pass me by? I don't know, would it? How are you doing today, True Blood? I was slow through that corner. That's okay. I hope you're doing well today as well, Mr. Freeze. Hope you guys are both having a great Wednesday. That you're feeling good on a Wednesday. I'm in France. I'm, in fact, not going gorillas, but I am in France. He said work was hell. I feel that. I'm glad to not be in that space right now. Alright, hold on, we got a little bit of a flyby to do. Let's get some car shots. Fiat 500. Bye-bye now. Don't die. I'm gonna keep this one in 5th. I'm still braking kind of early there. Still braking kind of early. So I need to figure that one out. The good thing is that my chat window is kind of on the small side for me to see. We have long straightaways. We have long straightaways with which to read messages, which makes this an even more, quote, interactive stream. See, I was used to grinding out GT3 A-Spec on the PAL version. Didn't know ever since you never owned GT4. Plan to pick one up for PS2 that you own. Nice. Yeah, GT4 is a great game, but also, I will not lie to you, it is a pain in the butt game. God, I always wind up comparing these games to each other during these GT4 streams. But it's probably because there's so much grindy stuff that you have to kind of just work your way through. It's unfortunate. And like these races being as long as they are, they're like 3.5 or even 4 hours in game, does not help the matter. It does not help. Yeah, GT3 is a much more friendly game to grind. There's still a ton of events. Like, you still are going to have plenty of time to sink in and really figure out how you're going to do everything the best. But GT4 takes it to another level. And a lot of it's cheesy because of the endurance races as well. Like, this isn't even an endurance race. This race, despite being 35 laps, despite taking nearly 4 hours, is not an endurance race. Also, that last lap was really consistent. I was only off by 400ths over a 5-minute lap. I'm proud of that. That's really good. Like I'm saying, like, once I really get this together, I know for a fact that I can make it a sub 5-minute lap. The problem is that's going to be a very boring 5-minute lap. But there's key areas where I can get faster at every section of the lap. Nope, that was actually too slow. So this is either the penultimate or the ultimate race of the championship. So I don't know for sure. But either way, I'm excited to get this thing out of the way so I can get back to the regularly scheduled programming of GT events. But with like $1 million in my pocket. So on one hand, on the other hand, GT PSP is the best game ever. Word. No campaign. Campaign is for noobs. Just give me driving missions. Give me license tests. Give me track leveling. But don't give me game leveling. We already talked, I think it was literally the last GT4 stream, we talked about all the game leveling BS in GT5. Because I was explaining to someone who had never played the game before how all that worked, and it's a doozy. I'm sure you wouldn't take all that slander for your game, GT5, Captain Trueblood, but you know what? It had to be said. I had to say it. I had to do it. Took my foot off the gas. For no apparent reason, we're about 1:06 ahead. The next fastest car. Looks like they may be lapping the Fiat. Either that or they're in a really close fight with third. I'm not certain. I mentally checked out. Mentally checked out. What's my sim setup? I have a Thrustmaster T300 for my wheel, and same pedals. Running all of this through computer 4070 Ryzen 7 7700, and that's emulating PS2 right now. And I have my BIOS. Don't worry, I'm legal. I'm good. I'm legit. And yeah, so we're just going through this. I've never 100%ed this game. I've played a ton of it. This is probably the game that I would say is responsible for like putting GT on a pedestal for me. Because I played GT3 when I was 5 and I was too young to understand all the stuff going on, but the colors were cool. Then GT4 made me care about it. And then GT5 is the one that said, you're not going anywhere. You're a GT person for life. And that's where I am right now. I play GT7 pretty regularly, but GT4 is a little bit more of a fun break of pace compared to all that. Dip it in, brake at the access road. Oh, can we get slowed down? Not quite. That's actually not bad, though. That kind of confirms exactly where the rest of the time is at for me. And I have all this on a... I think it's either a Vivor or a Tanaka cockpit, one of the two. They're kind of the exact same thing. I have a Sparco Sprint chair on here, and a 32-inch AOC monitor. It's just single screen. Obviously, it wouldn't really mean anything for GT4. Like, I'd have to have 3 PS2s or 3 emulators running to be able to take advantage of that, and I have no such plans. But I am thinking about going ultra-wide sooner than later, and I do want to introduce haptics to my setup, but I have a lot of small things I want to upgrade. Birthday's coming up, though, so it's always nice. Can help with those plans. Trying to decide if I'm going to want to do a birthday stream or not. Mild to moderate possibility. I'm not going to try and put that one out to the universe because I don't know if I mean it. But it's really cool. I also never really got to play GT4 on a wheel before. Like, I dabbled with it a little bit once I realized I could start, like... I guess once... What year would that have been? I don't know. I'm yapping over here. I'm missing chat. Sorry. Run some good specs. i5 6500 and GTX 1650. No, but I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, you gotta work what you got, A. And B, I very recently came into this computer, so, like, I was just kind of sitting on my old stuff, waiting for the right time. And the right time happened to be that the other computer was taking a shit, so... What are you gonna do? It's not like I'm not still paying this one off. But that's where this comes in. Still slowing down too much of that corner. I was saying I never got to play this game on wheel, and like, it feels very different. As I make a few harrying mistakes there. It feels very different to be able to have the finesse of a racing wheel, especially with force feedback on here. It changes how you drive the cars, almost by and large. So that's where I'm at. I wanted to put kind of the wheel thing on the screen, but it also changes the HUD. Some people like having the analog gauge cluster, and I can respect that. Yeah, the good news is we're about a seventh of the way through this race, or less. We're like maybe an eighth of the way through this race. But I cannot wait to like speed up time and get through all of this. The good news is I think we're burning fuel faster this time around because we're spending so much time at wide open throttle and at red line. 7,000 RPM, go like hell, Carol Shelby. But I don't know. What's the halfway point for this race? 17 laps? 17 or 18 laps is officially halfway. Nice and early on the brakes. There we go. That was speed. All right. Am I in the GT40? Ha! I wish. That would be iconic and classic. And also period correct, I might add. Because 1,000 miles is a historic race where you have to be in, I think, cars from before 1970. But no, I'm in a Ginetta G4. Thing doesn't even have 100 horsepower. And it's British. As Kiri Kilovolt loves to say, okay. Still a little hot there. Need to brake slightly earlier. It's funny, like, I keep panicking, like, oh, I'm not checking chat. I'm like, I have literally, like, probably a cumulative hour on, just in the stint that I'm driving, a cumulative hour on the straights to check chat. So I don't know why I'm tripping. I kid you not, I took the select sound effect from GT4 for my motif sounds and the GT mode background music as your ringtone. Heck yeah! I love that. That's the life we want to live. Like, there's a bunch of other streamers I know who also have done that, like, with how they design their stream. Like, they'll do visual components based on how they do certain things in, like, GT Sport or GT7. Or they'll take the sounds and noises, or just straight up game clips for, like, when they have new followers, new subscribers, whatever. And that'll be their stuff. And that's super dope to me. So I'm getting a little too much oversteer there. I could have also turned on my wheel cam, but I didn't feel like doing that today. I can go faster. I can go faster, I promise. This thing may only have 4 cylinders and less than 100 horsepower, but I promise you I can go faster. We got almost a 2-minute gap after 5 laps to the car behind. And officially a 7th of the way through the race. That felt good. Okay, stay wide. Don't kill too much speed here. Gonna keep it in 3rd. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's an improvement. I can take that. Oh, that is not better. Oh well. I think we're coming up on the Fiat again. But it won't be long before we start lapping multiple cars at this rate. Alright, my thing is lagging a little bit behind. I heard the notification, I didn't see what it is. Gonna go to sleep right now. I'll see you later. I hit you with a sub as well. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully I'll see you again for more of the streams, Mr. Freeze. Like I said, there'll be more GT4, GT7. Anything Gran Turismo, I'll be there. And then some iRacing stuff, I'll be there as well. Let's wave to the Fiat one more time. Hello, goodbye. Wouldn't want to be ya. But if it's got four wheels and an engine, I'm there. Usually. 4 cars and an engine. They fight to the death for a heart. All the way outside, and that was not amazing. Not my best work. But 242, it's the 4th timing line. It's not bad. Yeah, my shit is so far behind. My shit is so far behind, y'all. I'm sorry. I think Twitch may or may not be in low latency mode, but YouTube has nothing to do with that. Excuse me. Don't drive distracted, kids. Hold in your sneezes for later. Alright. So yeah, this is already quite a spread out affair. We're 30 minutes into what is essentially going to be, like I said, a 3.5+ hour race. And all I know is that our halfway marker is going to be lap 17 or 18. This is about 1/3 of that distance. So I think it might actually be only 3 hours, this race. It might only be 3 hours, but only is a very, like, not the right word. Only is not the right word. My sneeze made the stream buffer. I love it. Everything. I crashed, the stream buffered, the universe stopped. It was all me. It was all me, baby. It's a sickness. Oops, I downshifted too early. Okay, and as a result, that one was not as great of a lap. So, I think we did, what, 11 laps on the Nürburgring, and then we pitted? And that was 25 laps. We very nearly got away with doing a one-stopper on that race. We couldn't quite manage it. I think Opera Paris, I started dicking around a lot because the gap was so big that I was like, this is stupid. And so I just, like, 2 minutes would obviously be a lap on most circuits by this point. So I was messing around so hard that, like, I was just basically playing gaps and pitting early. Like, I pitted a ton of times on that second race. Oops, I killed him. Track limits. Penalty, 0.5. I know you'll understand me. You'll understand my pain. What's up, VX? Good to see you in the chat. Good to get a break, honestly. Though, a 3-hour race is not a break to most people. Those notorious penalties in GT4. So you're hoping we get some good tracks next week. But have you done Race B? I know that you're not a fan, but have you done it? Have you let it into your heart at this point? Because Catalonia is not a fun track, but it's a good track. It's not the hero that we deserve, but it's a hero that we need. Coming from someone who doesn't like that track. How come GT4? I think a little while ago I needed a change of pace. And I also wanted to test and make sure my emulator was working, so I just started streaming GT4. We need a hero. Alright. Again. Be better on the brakes. Always employ good driving technique. Like, the crazy part to me is that you still have to really drive GT4. But you can drive it a lot harder than you think. Holy shit. I was looking down, I hit the curb, and the wheel just yoinked itself out of my hand. I'm going to try just lifting for this one. Okay, it likes it. It likes it. Can we slow down fast enough? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, I'm surprised too. Trueblood is actually one of the people who helped me kind of understand how to fix that part, so I'm really glad that I got to learn that. Because I thought I would just not get the force feedback working, and then all of a sudden, it worked. But yeah, it works properly. Like, it's acting like a Logitech Driving Force Pro. So it's got 900 degrees of rotation. It's got good force feedback, like surprisingly good for the era. So it's tight. But it's also one of those games that, like, it's fun to play on controllers, you know. And fun to throw on B-Spec and just leave it somewhat unattended. I had to really saw away at the wheel there. It's the only real challenging part of the course for me. Oop, burned too much momentum. This is the Ginetta G4, and I'm in the 1,000 miles race in the European events. So this is a bit of a scummy race for me to be doing this early in the game. Like, I should have a bigger selection of historic cars. But I got this one. The game gave me this one right away, and I was eligible to run this event without a license. So here I am. Just making fucking loot. 501. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, I'm just making loot in this thing. I'm getting 150 grand per race. And, you know, I probably had like 30 or 40 grand in my pocket before I started all of this. And it's even OP. I had to upgrade this thing a little bit. It probably wouldn't have been as OP stock. But what I also had to do with this one was kind of scummy as well. Because the fastest car that you can race in this event, by far and away, and Will, this is a certified GT40 moment for you. But the fastest thing you can get is a AC Cobra. That's the fastest car that you'll come up against in this race. Obviously being pretty much a Shelby Cobra with extra weight. So if that showed up in this event, I would be done. Like, I would say it's probably fast enough even with the massive amount of fuel that it drinks. It's still fast enough to beat this by a while. Even though it can only do like 120 or 130. This can only do 120 or 130. And it takes an hour longer to get there. Not the glorious Chaparral 2J, the vacuum cleaner. I think you have to put that on sports tires to get that to work for this event. But I think it may be eligible. So that would be the quick way of doing this. But I am very early on in this playthrough. I'm less than 3%. I really haven't tackled anything yet, and I'm actually making a point of doing anything that doesn't require a license at this moment in time. And this is one of those races that does not require a license. But I also have money to buy vehicles for races coming up now before I even get a license. So that's my goal. The Carmen Gia, bye-bye now. It's got a glitch under it. Glitched something. One of the shadows is blue under there for whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it would still have OP grip. That's for sure. It would not be any kind of a contest. You put that thing next to a Shelby Cobra and it would make it look stupid. Because it would also last, like, 8 times as long on tires. So yeah, we're burning more fuel, but not exceptionally so. We'll be about a quarter of the way there in 2 laps. But once I get to the first pit stop, I'm going to put this thing in V-Spec and we're just going to speed it up. And we're going to just relax and hang out. I only did this to give the V-Spec driver a leg up on the competition. I let them do the full race on their own on the last one, and they managed. They did it. But I wasn't happy with how close it was, so now I'm going to give them that leg up so I don't have to worry about it or think about it. I had to do too much race managing. I had to play the game. I don't want to play the game. I'm kidding. When am I going to do a Motorsport Manager stream? I don't know. I never properly got into Motorsport Manager, so maybe I'll have to give that a try. I hate to say that, like, part of me is like, oh, but I want to do, like, F1 Manager. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, Motorsport Manager is probably a deeper and more rich experience on the whole. And F1 Manager looks okay, but it's, like, not stellar. Like, it's a AAA game, and that's really about all I can say. It doesn't look like it's a compelling experience. And maybe I'm not giving, the OGs enough credit. Turn early, turn early. But yeah, if you turn the wheel too much, the car just gets really pitched sideways. And it's kind of, you can control it, but it's at the detriment of your momentum. Or better yet, the PC port of Need for Speed High Stakes. I don't know. I would be looking to someone else for that one. Cough, cough, hint, hint. Because, that would be fun for me, but it wouldn't be, I don't know if I could do it justice. I would do the PS1 version before I would do the PC port, if I'm honest. Because I could probably get the PS1 version working faster, and I have more nostalgia for it anyway. I like my graphics pixelated. Why do you think I'm here? You've played it and it's pretty much the same as the PS1 version. I've heard it's more simmy, but I don't know if that's true or false. Because, honestly, High Stakes handles great on the PS1. And while it doesn't really give you the feeling that you can, get the car, super far out of your control, it still feels like there's consequences, and physics feel engaging. It feels like the realization of the Need for Speed / test drive vision that they must have had early on. Oh, I forgot to wave. Bye, Fiat. Bye. That's true. That's very true. This is mildly upscaled. I think to 720. My feelings when this guy talks about sim in old NFS game. The game was everything to me back in the day, but with TBH, Hot Pursuit was so good when we played it. I do remember. My face, my bad. I don't know the lingo. I don't know the lingo. Alright, time to start paying attention again. I still want that sub 5-minute lap. And if I can use this guy for draft, then I can get it. Might not be this straight away, but it can happen. I'm slower on that sector, though. So that's not good. I actually get the strong feeling we can make the tires go up to the halfway point with this. It may not be true, but I think we can like probably get the better part of 15 laps. My goal will be 17. Big snap. And I overslowed. But I don't trust it. I can't trust it. Yep, perfect. Perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We're going to be so goated at the slipstream battle when it comes time for that. We're going to get that Pagani race car like it's nobody's business. You know how long that, like, the way I've structured this playthrough, that's going to be such a long time from now. I'm dying laughing. Because I'm going to have to get my IA license for that. And my goal is to do all of the races I can at a given license level before I get the next license. Because I've never played the game like that before, so I'm curious to see how it plays, how it behaves when you set that stipulation on it. Can probably break even later than that. Damn, we're getting close. 5 minutes, 0.6. We can do it. Yeah, this would probably be like a 5-minute 40 or 5-minute 50 lap if we had the chicanes on the straightaway too. This is the cars that need so much time to accelerate up from, 60 miles an hour back to 100. The nice part about this is that this lap is substantially shorter than Nürburgring. Like, I do think that our goal was like sub 9-minute laps there, and we're going for sub 5-minute. It's only extra 10 laps, even though the lap is, only about 60% is long from a time perspective. So, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm excited to do some more daily races and whatnot too, as well. Less excited to stream them, to be honest, but like I'm happy to still do them. I need to go back and delete more replay files and whatnot. Like I said, I want to make that a regular staple. So I think maybe every Monday or so I'll probably be doing something like that. Because like it took me probably 2 hours to go through like 5, 6, 8 videos. And I got interrupted this time around. But I mean, shoot, it's not a bad amount, and I can kind of talk technique a little bit through it. I think what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to put more focus on like trying to break down certain topics and techniques without fast forwarding as much. And that's going to really hurt for some of the longer races because I think some of them are going to get really repetitive in a very familiar hint, hint, wink, wink kind of way. But you got to try it, you know. And I do want more of a forum to talk about kind of the behind the scenes stuff, the how you get the driving done, and all that fun stuff. Tried to at least manage that one. Wasn't great. I don't know, man. I'm feeling like the car might have damage. Kidding. There's no such thing. Okay, that's a little too fast. Yeah, I don't love the way that it likes to try to counter steer, especially in some of these cars. It feels a little awkward, but I get it. I get what it's trying to communicate. It makes a lot of sense. And the way that like counter steering is like the penalty for, oh, you had too much momentum, so we're gonna penalize you, or not too much momentum, but like you were too aggressive, so the penalty is you're going to have this weird counter steer motion while you lose momentum. It's like, what? Yeah, if we get to lap 18, we're pitting. Period. No questions. You know what I haven't thought about? I haven't thought about what race you're going to do after this. I know there's still some beginner events, I think, that are unlicensed that I need to take a look at. But I think in general, we're going to have to start looking a lot more at one-make races and the like to really find stuff that we can do. I think a lot of the professional level events are going to be licensed. So like we're going to be looking for like American events, going to be looking at Japanese events, be looking at one-make races, and just all the different halls and seeing what we can find. I don't think there are any endurance races that don't require a license, but also that one's percentage or completion locked anyway, so whatever. Dang, I got like another 8 laps. It sucks. I'm actually somewhat tempted to pit early. I don't know. If y'all have an opinion, let me know. But otherwise, I'm obviously just driving the car. It's kind of whatever. Like, it's not like it's a bad time. Like, I'm enjoying myself. But it's sort of deterministic. Like, I have a 4-minute lead. If I keep going at this rate, I'm going to lap the second place car. We already got the Carmen Ghia. We already got the Honda. We already got the Fiat multiple times. We already got the Marcus. That only leaves the Alfa Romeo left that has not yet been lapped. And no one's pitted yet either, for the record. Let's switch the exterior cam for a hot minute. Hopefully I don't crash miserably. There's a slight disconnect going on here, but I'm living. Oh, it's our friend the Fiat. Once again. Alright, okay. Hold it together. There we go, that was a good run through there. Preserved a lot of speed. But I had to be really smooth through the earlier parts of the S's to maintain that exit. And started like 2 corners back. Hey, we did it. We got it. We got that sub 5 minute lap. We shaved off those 5 seconds. That 1% of a lap time. We're already almost an hour deep into the race, which is nuts. It does not feel like it's been that long. But also, like, I'm over it. Yeah, coming back and playing the old games and doing it differently is always a nice time. The keyword's doing it differently. I think there's also a lot to be said for just trying different stuff out that you never really messed with. Like, I think for me, I want to try ATV Off-Road Fury 3. So I've played some of the other games in that series, but I've never played that one. And I've heard good things. I want to say it's the first one where they, like, let you do more than just ATVs. Yeah, this thing cannot hit 140 to save its life. You can hit the rev limiter, but not 140. Or not the rev limiter, the shift light. Ah! I messed up. Yeah, we're now getting to that point where it's really just us against the world. And I think that that next blue dot on the road is the Alfa Romeo that we're trying to lap. Alright, let me not lose any momentum here. So yeah, getting up on the grass is pretty liable to get into a slide as well. Obvious statement is obvious. Too much throttle, I guess. It's getting at 2 a.m. over there. Tires are still strong. Yeah, they still feel strong. And they're going to be going for the rest of the race, I'm sure. And that's kind of the annoying part about this series is that, like, you really don't need a fast car. You just need a car with good tires, and you'll be okay. Well, the question as to whether we'll need fuel depends on how much further we can go. I said the goal was to get to 15 laps. Thank you so much, man. Hope you have a good night. Get some rest. See you around for the next stream. So you get back on up to 132, 133, 134. We can count the individual increments on the speedometer because it's so slow. 135, 136. Getting closer and closer to lapping that Alfa Romeo, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay. Got more sideways than I expected there. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm ready for this shift change. I've done my work. We're almost a lap up. We don't need pace. I think I'm literally gonna tell the B-Spec driver, just like, hey, slow down. Slow down. Drive slow, homie. Make it interesting. Because, yeah, this car's going to probably have good tires for another 3 laps at least. The question is, what are they going to look like when they don't? When they aren't good. Because obviously green is optimal here. They're starting to turn kind of green-yellow. So yeah, I guess my question itself is, do the race cars drive like this as well? And I don't think they do, but I'm not really certain. So I think the first time I got all my stuff working was when I started doing this playthrough. The best litmus test, I think, for that will be the license tests. Yeah, I wish that there was kind of more to this, though. Like, and it does suck that there were certain limitations around having more player cars on the track in earlier Gran Turismos. But it seemed like they wanted to do more than 6 for a while. It's a shame they stuck to 6 until GT5. On a system where doing more than 12 is obviously possible, it's still tricky from a resource standpoint. Yeah, because I think what it's going to have to be is I think that The AI driver is going to have to go on to... I could probably make it to where they can go on the medium tires and be fine, but I'm going to probably just put them in a position where they're on the softs again. So you can just go one stop to the end. Not even have to think about it. Yeah, the shame is that we're not even quite there yet. You know, we're not even halfway. We're almost halfway. Oh, here's a Fiat. Wave of the Fiat. Get the draft. Oh, almost killed him. Get some draft off the Alpha. We finally hit 140. And then back down to 139. Then back up to 140. Alright, he's officially one lap down. Not a doubt in my mind. It's Jover. I don't know. I'm really becoming of the mind that we pit at 15 and we put ourselves out of our misery. And we force the AI to go 20 laps. Because I think that's the move. I genuinely think that's the move. But I also don't know if fuel is going to be an issue. Because, like, taking another pit stop is not going to be a death sentence, obviously. Because a lap here is definitely more than a pit stop. We got him by a lap. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and pit in at 15, and then I'm going to hand over. Sorry, finish recording the replay. And no one's gone into the pits yet, not a single person. After an hour and 10 minutes of running, not a single person has come into the pits. Not even the Marcos. The Marcos loves to eat tires, and it's not even doing that now. We're so cooked. So I really wanted to figure out is it going to be a problem to go to the end or keep going on tires? And I really, like, I think it's going to be close, but I also think that, like, it's A, not close enough to where I should care, and B, I shouldn't care. The main thing I should be concerned about is fuel. But that makes me also want to see something, so I'm going to come in this lap. We got it. We held it. That was us. Yeah, it would definitely be kind of fun to be able to drive a bias supply car like this in anger. Skid through the turns and navigate like that. I can't lie and say it wouldn't be fun. But what I am pretty certain of is that these tires are going to last. And the fuel should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and turn up to 3x speed, and we're going to get through this. Yeah, because there's no way the tires are going to be done after this lap. Which means they'd have to either be finished next lap or the lap after. And realistically, that's plenty, you know? That'll get us halfway. So I think same can be said of fuel. Still got the eggs off the corner compared to him. Dang, he really locked me down. I had nothing doing there. I swear I thought I saw part of the car glowing green just as well as blue. Maybe it's just me. Yep, we're going to bring it in this lap. Bring it in this lap. And try and still make it a one-stopper. I believe. So yeah, we'll tell him to go B-spec. Tell him to take fuel, but I don't want him to take too much fuel, actually. We're the first ones to blink. So I could have told him to stop fuel. Alright, let's tell him to speed it up. Yeah, tell them to overtake because they gotta be able to handle the demands of what's going on. And he goes off track. Yeah, it's mildly to moderately embarrassing that they can't get their stuff together, like, at all. But to the same end, just gotta let it be. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell them to just keep it slow, keep it in the pocket. So those were hard tires we were on earlier. So the mediums would not have made it, but I think the hards would be fine, actually. And they'll have plenty of fuel, without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, the Fiat's doing 8-minute laps. 8 minutes. Uh-oh. That's not a good sound. Damn it, he cannot get around to save his life. Maybe we just need to maintain that gap right now. Because they eventually are going to have to pit. Eventually. So yeah, we're now almost halfway. We're almost halfway through the race, finally. Yep, just tell him to take it slow. I don't really care. If you can't make the pass, so be it. There goes the Marcus, so we finally had someone else come into the pits. At literally the halfway, like, you know. Yeah, we'll call it the halfway point. Fuck it. Yeah, that's the problem, is that the race kind of loses its dynamism after a while. I think he got him. Finally. Yeah, this guy is he's not doing it. He's not doing a good job. Still running off track even at his slowest pace setting. Just can't manage it. Sorry, I'm also trying to get some setting stuff right. But yeah, he's barely even on the tires at all. It's been almost 5 laps since I changed out. There we go. So you're just not doing a great job here. Just killing people left, right, and center. Yeah, and the crazy part is that we've been going for, what? An hour 42 in game time. It's only still been an hour 30 in reality, so we've not had that much of a speed up. But it's also because we spent so much time in the car on that first stint, like literally an hour 15 minutes, if not more. An hour 20, I'd say. There goes Julia into the pits. Tell him to speed up and see if that has any positive impacts. I doubt it, but I mean, you never know. It's funny, I usually expect the Honda and the VW to be a little bit closer by now, but the Mini Marcus is actually doing really well. Even after the pit stop, still in third. I don't think the other two have even pitted yet. They just don't have the top speed. I really just want to kind of hurry this up and hurry it up, hurry it up. Well, that's 2 offs in 1 lap, so that's not exactly a good sign. Oh no. Yeah, last lap time wasn't too bad, consequently speaking. Got down to a 5:21.2, but like, still leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know. It sucks we very clearly have the fastest car, but at the same time, like, I'm not trying to take chances doing B-Spec and all that. But if there's another one, if there's another race after this, I'm more than likely going to enlist that one to the B-Spec as well. Just let them take full accountability for that, and then I'll manage the rest. Because at this rate, like, I know that I'm more than fast enough to win these, and it's sort of not a waste of my time, but it's like so one-sided that it's like, I don't really need to do all this. Plus, my B-Spec driver sucks, so I want him to get better anyway. I want him to be able to improve with time, so if I give him that whole race, then there's a higher likelihood that they will improve and level up. Because, like, I know that if you do A-Spec mode alone, you get A-Spec points for finishing the race. If you split that time up with a B-Spec driver, you don't get any A-Spec points for finishing the race, regardless of how much you do. And so I'm wondering if it's the same thing with B-Spec, if they don't get any B-Spec experience because you did part of the race, and thereby it's like, oh, well, we skewed the data set. I don't know. If that makes any sense. There we go. Must have been the Fiat. Had to be. Yep, it was. It's crazy there's a 5-lap gap in between 5th and 6th. And 5th is 2 laps down from me. Yeah, the good news is we've got just about 11 laps, or 12 laps left now. So as we keep on digging, this will get closer. This will really start to break away. We're now 2 hours in game time, even though it's only about 90 minutes on stream. So we'll be done with this race soon enough. And I do think that we'll be good to make it to the end on tires as well. Not that it really matters again. I think we can do it. I just wish they'd stop driving off the track. I really do. Alright, I'm gonna tell him to overtake. Oh. He's not doing so hot. He's not doing so hot. And this is why I wanted to take this race. He's like, if I hadn't taken the start, there's a chance that my driver might have messed it up pretty badly. I don't really know. It's still going off like regularly every lap, which is really annoying. Yeah, the sad fact is we can still reel people in the straightaway. Hell, it's probably one of the places we would have been faster than the AC Cobra, period. Yeah, lots of time. Lots and lots and lots of time. I'm glad he's not going off the Porsche curves or anything like that. Sure, probably quite a bit slower than me, but that's not really the important part here. The important part is, are they doing it well? And the answer is well enough. 10 laps to go. Yeah, I'm trying to think about how this would really compare to GT3 in terms of the career modes, because I've 100% of GT3. I've done that. It's tedious, especially when you get to the professional level events, but it's not like the same kind of tedious. Like, this will have you just like doing a bunch of different boring and varied races for the sake of 100% completing, whereas that one will kind of make you go through the same gamut of races over and over again, and do so in a way that's, you know, you to convincingly raise your level. There we go. Yeah, it's all good if he goes slow, as long as he doesn't blow it. A lot of small mistakes, though. It's really kind of annoying. But that's what this time is for. Like, he's got to be able to suck on his own. Shit. That was not what I wanted. Anyway. Nothing really important to see there. Mercifully, the race is almost over, though. And they've gone 10 laps on those tires. I seem like they're still fine. So they just gotta manage another 7. Eight laps, excuse me. Let's see if telling him to slow down before the braking zone is going to help at all. Like re-inputting the command. No, it does not seem to help. Seems like they keep going off at the same amount every time there. Come on, get it together, man. Get it together. Alright, then let's go ahead and get it then. Oof, come on. 7 more laps. 7 more laps, man. You can do it. Yeah, I put almost 10 laps on that Fiat. 10. It's only a 35 lap race. They're on lap 19, I believe. Uh-oh, it sounded like he hit him. Yeah, I mean, I get what they were trying to go for with the whole management aspect, but, like, it's kind of whatever. Yep. Okay, we're in the final 6 laps. We're getting down to the home stretch finally. This one was going to be about 3 hours total, give or take. But mercifully, we got it down to just about a 2-hour stream. Because, like, the last couple of these, oof. Like, the Côte d'Azur stream, like, it only took like an hour 20, but it felt so much longer. It felt painfully long, just staring at the screen for that amount of time. Same thing with Opera Paris. And then Nürburgring was like, it was just so many unknowns. Like, I was ready for it, but I was like, I'm not ready for this. So, messing around with too much stuff. And I wish I had brought a car that would have been capable of putting the AC Cobra down, but this ain't it. There'd be some races where it would have an edge and some races where it wouldn't. but this in its current incarnation is not far. I'd say it needs better tires. Probably, if you're going to take that thing down, sport softs, you would need sport softs, yes. A little more power. Really doesn't need much more gear, as a matter of fact. Come on, man, quit spinning there, please. It ain't that hard. 5 laps to go. The tires still look good. Like, I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it's like, why do you keep crashing them, mate? Why? And what event am I gonna do next? Like, what one-make events do you guys want to see next? Because it needs to be unlicensed right now, but that's really the only thing. And I should have plenty of money to buy cars after this. Like, probably 600,000 if I've got my math correct. If this is in fact the last race, it'll be like 650,000 I have, and then it'll be like 800,000 if there's another one. I don't really know. It should become clear soon. So yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna tell him when he needs to overtake and when he needs to not overtake. He's gotta learn to slow down. Be anti-meta-meta. He's gotta learn when to slow down. Also, did you see the new anti-meta video, my friend? Are you triggered? Are you not triggered? Because sometimes the meta is what you gotta do. It's what you gotta do to get not only get by, but get ahead. You'll have to explain it to me then, because I haven't seen it. Will he slow down? No. Swing and a miss. You didn't think the Huracan would be the one. Well, it's a strong car. It's a strong car in the current landscape. That's all I can say. It makes sense. Like, if you want four-wheel drive, you want a good, fast car that can handle reasonably well, that's your man. That's a man. Oh, need to overtake. Gotta get around our friend the Fiat. Bye-bye, Fiat. Alright, 3 laps. 3 laps before this hell is over. 2 minutes 50 on the race timer. 2 minutes 50. What am I fucking talking about? 2 hours, 50 minutes on the race timer. 1 hour 50 on the stream timer. Alright, you're timed out, buddy. we don't care about where the best viewers are. The best viewers are here, so if you're not here, then that's your problem. Still crashing. This guy stinks. I'm curious to see if it would have made it on fuel, but in the process of them taking off the tires, they filled up the entire fuel tank. So I let him cook. Because there's no time penalty to taking all the extra fuel. Alright, come on. Let's just get across the line here. 2 more laps, 5 minutes each. It ain't that hard, just bring your library card. Looks like we're going to be finishing right at 3 hours and 5 minutes in. Yeah, shit. Even the Alfa Romeo has a lap between them and the next fastest car. So, that's what happens. On these endurance races, they just stretch out a ton. Come on, man. Just give me 1 lap. 1 lap where you don't crash. Just one. I think you can do it. You can. I believe in you. One final lap. 1 more win. It's Ridge Racer. It's Ridge Racer. Come on. Do it for Ridge Racer. Alright. It's the one. The final one. The ultimate. 3 hours into the race. You go onto that Mulsanne straight for the final time. Wind it up, wind it out. And the tires weren't even orange, chat. The tires never even got orange. Even after I'm constantly going off track. They never stood a chance. The Mini Marcos went for 2 pit stops. They just couldn't handle the truth. They just couldn't handle the truth. I wonder if we'll catch the Fiat that one final time for the start finish. We're gaining, but I don't know. It might happen. It might not happen. Will we see him? We can see him off in the distance. Is he gonna make the pass? Ah, poor form. He didn't have good enough reflex. Just went right into the back of him. Come on, make the pass. Do it for pride. Do it for pride. Ah, wow. Wow, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Still won, though. Still won. So it's actually kind of close, 3rd through 5th. They're all separated by 2 points. Mini Marcus in 3rd, Carmen Gia in 4th, and the Honda Ace 800 in 5th. All right. So let's add that to our total. Hey, we took the overall championship. It's over. It's finally fucking over. Hooray. All right. I will live with that. We did it. We did it. All before 2 hours into the stream. Let's see what we earn. Alright, that's done and dusted forever. Never again. Alright, and there's nothing else we can do in the European style events. We're finally done, chat. We did it. It's over with. It's Jover. Let's see what goes on in the one make event space. Let's find the next thing we're gonna do. Nothing in Cadillac. Oh, there's one for Chevrolet. They both require licenses, IB and B respectively. Chrysler, what you got for me? Crossfire Trophy requires an A license, which means I can only do it in director's mode. I dream of this song at night. It haunts my memories, and I love it. Nothing there. Said, is a Vertigo in this game? Yes, I believe it is. You still haven't played GT4, and I still am not sure if I'm going to forgive you for that. But you go to the Belgium dealership. You go to Belgium, you get some waffles. And you go to the new cars. And there's a Vertigo. But it's not the red Vertigo, it's the yellow Vertigo. There's a very curious story about this car. Is that it's actually like one of the faster cars in the game, which was not really ever a thing. Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back, y'all.
gotta be kidding me! I did not think that would work. Oh my gosh.
That makes too much sense. I don't even know I clicked on that expecting to see anything. Also, why are Infiniti and Lexus American brands, but Acura is a Japanese brand? What's up with that? What's going on, Polyphony Digital? What are you trying to tell me? And Scion. Aston Martin Carnival. Whatever that means. Lotus has some. The Elise Trophy and the Lotus Classics, which includes the Europa and the Elan S1. And you know what? You can't buy a damn one of them. Best you can do is a Motorsport Elise. And there's some for the MG as well, the MG Festival, which include the MGF and the TF160, and requires an A license. There has to be some for Mini. I was right. The Mini Sports Meeting. No license required. Anyone can join. So yeah, you have the Mini 1, sort of the basest of base models with the frickin' steel hubcaps. The regular Long John Mini Cooper, starting at $22,190. And you have the Mini Cooper S at $26,000. And Blackpool requires an A license. There's no way any of these other brands have any one-make races. There's no chance. No fucking shot for the Spitfire. I was wrong. I was wrong, everyone. Well, yeah, I think that other than that, I think we'll be in good shape with just the beginner events. So that's what we're gonna do. Got 3% completion. We got 6 cars. So we have something eligible for Spider Roadster. We've got the Julia Sprint Special. I think we got enough to get some stuff started. We'll say that. I don't think that car is going to be enough. This is not going to be enough for FF. It's a great question whether this will be enough for FR Challenge or not. I don't want to sell it, but... And I certainly don't have an MR car yet that I'm aware of. And I can't even do Spider Roadster because I need a B license. What I really need is a truck. I need to also buy that Piazza. Ooh, the drive of my life right here. In Cannon Gray. Love it. And the lineup has officially been updated. Still a lot of the same cars, if I'm honest. Just different colors. Is there anything else? 20 grand for an MGF? I don't know if I'm ready to pay that kind of money. It is MR, and it does make half-decent power. In a bite-sized package. I've done worse. Oh, it's over. It's Jover, everyone. It's Jover. We're buying it. And it's in my fucking favorite color, too. It's done. Done fucking deal. Under 4 grand. That's money right there. That's money. I don't care what you say. Emerald Green Metallic. The Regal Midget. The Regal Midget. Ooh, it's a Vitsu Eurosport. I don't know, that sounds kind of not it. Some 80 horsepower Vits. 6 grand, mind you, but that's not exactly what I need. Let me do the math, actually. 6,440. Where's used car showroom 1? Yeah. There's nothing that I need, based on what I've seen so far. Let's go ahead and spruce up this old gal. This old yada. Ah, the screen tearing is getting bad. We still got 900,000 to spare. What a life. Ooh, look at that oil. Drink well oil, man. That is murky, muddy. There's foliage in it. It's bad. It's a bad time. Alright, there we go. Cool. I'm happy enough with that. Alrighty, I think we're going to go ahead and close things out just about there. Thank you guys for hanging tough and for being a part of the stream. Sorry to go for such a extended period of time, but until next time, we'll go ahead and actually get this career thing back on track. Now we've got ourselves out of the 1,000 miles hole. So part 5, we're going to get back to the beginner events. We got some money, we got some bread to play with. Not quite a mill, but hey, we're gonna start doing this for real. So you guys hang tough until then. See you.